The common opinion is that precision farming is the next frontier in agriculture. And I agree, but it's darn expensive for a common farmer with old gear to start farming precision. So now we look at how you can do it for way cheaper based on me looking into some companies for the past few weeks. For example, here is a complete planting system from a company named Precision Planting. They caught my attention with their product transient ideology, so I'll mainly focus on them, although they don't endorse me in any way. With this handy tool, you can just take your current planter, swap out all the units for these cornerstone ones, and voila, now you can plant with precision. Although this might cost you north of $2,000 per row. I mean, better than buying a brand new planter, but still. That's also a reason why on most forums I found that farmers who have precision planting equipment recommend starting with, for example, only the meters, which run on 99 to 100% singulation, by the way. And then add downforce generators, row shutoff, row cleaners, two-step closing systems, etc. as your budget allows. Now, how does precision farming even work? The main principle, I would say, is variable rate technology, or VRT for short. It's the idea that most fields aren't uniform, so your input and the amounts should change for different parts of the field. And with some advanced technology, you can even treat every plant separately. This in turn allows farmers to maximize their profits, when they don't overspend on the upfront costs, that is. And there are two methods you can use to get your equipment to do VRT. First is the conventional one with GPS maps that most farmers use. But I found out you can have sensors measure your soil and process the information real time when planting, for example, although it's more challenging to pull off and I would say more expensive too, compared to if you would work with the data that you got from normal soil samples. With the soil samples, I would say it makes more sense to do the grid maps if you have the cash, just because you will have more data and will be able to distribute your products more precisely than if you would just divide the field into 5 parts based on the soil types. But if you are planning to make these maps for your farm, expect to either spend a lot of time collecting the data and putting it into a computer, or pay someone to do the labor for you but still spend a lot of time learning how to work with it. That's one of the only cons of precision farming, in my opinion. It simply has high upfront costs, be it time or money. But when you do that, you'll have perhaps the biggest ROI from VRT fertilization of phosphorus and potassium, plus spreading climb based on the needs of the field. You can allegedly save even 10 to 20% of each product per application, which is a noticeable difference in every farmer's purse. And if you want to stay lean, you can just get some upgrade parts for your current fertilizer applicators to get these results, same as with the planter. In the big picture though, it does make sense that the bigger the farm, the bigger the incentive to buy precision farming ready technology, because even a measly 5% improvement has a massive impact when you spread it over 4,000 acres. Here is an interesting chart of how many percent of farmers embraced the precision model based on the farm size. Now, the challenge is to get precision farming equipment to even the smallest of operations, because at first glance, it doesn't make sense to push high-tech sprayers to smallholder farmers with just 1 hectare of land. But when you realize there is about 450 million of these farmers, it might be worth trying. So here I see an opportunity for companies to manufacture cheap soil sensors which you can build for a few cents, create some sort of portable networks through which farmers could transfer their collected data to a computer somewhere, which will then give them back easy to interpret answers, and create sort of a sharing economy, not communism. That's a big difference, although it looks similar when I think about it, in which a farmer pays for these services and equipment only when he really needs them. Something like when you order an Uber when you need a ride. And although this approach has some flaws, it's probably the most realistic way to get the latest innovations in agriculture to the poorest of the world's farmers. I hope you learned something, and thanks for watching.